Your person is utterly haunted by the thought of losing you. It's not just fear, it's a deep, gnawing anxiety that seems to have taken root in their very soul. The idea of you slipping away, building a life without them, terrifies them in ways they never imagined possible. They want you to wait for them, to hold on just a little longer, even though they know they've tested your patience time and time again. But they also know something else: this isn't a game, and with you, there's no middle ground. It's all or nothing. You've made it crystal clear that you won't accept anything less than a wholehearted, genuine love. Half-efforts, lukewarm apologies, or vague promises won't move you anymore. What's striking is how much you've changed, and how visible that change has become. Everyone around you can see it: the confidence in your voice, the calm in your demeanor, the quiet strength you carry now. You're no longer chasing closure or validation. You're standing tall in your authenticity, comfortable in your own skin, and that alone is magnetic. Your person is watching from a distance, stunned and inspired by the transformation. They remember the moments you struggled, the tears you shed, the doubts that used to cloud your mind. But now, you're different. You're grounded, radiant, and unapologetically yourself. The dynamic has shifted. The ball is firmly in your court now. You're not waiting around or begging for attention. You've taken your power back, and ironically, the more you resist their pull, the more irresistible you become to them. Your distance has become a challenge they can't ignore. It's no longer about pride or ego for them. They genuinely want to make you happy. They want to offer you something real this time: commitment, stability, a relationship that has the potential to last. They're starting to understand what you've known all along: that love isn't just about words or passion, it's about showing up, consistently and wholeheartedly. You, on the other hand, are finally finding the courage to walk alone. Like a lone wolf, you've learned to embrace solitude not as a punishment, but as a powerful space for healing and clarity. You're done begging for breadcrumbs, done tolerating emotional roller coasters that drain your spirit. The exhaustion is real. You've been through so much, and you're tired of giving more than you receive. For the first time in a long time, you're choosing yourself, and it feels like freedom. But while you move forward, your person is falling apart in silence. Your absence isn't just noticeable, it's deafening. They think about you constantly, to the point where you occupy their mind day and night. The non-communication, the cold silence, is driving them absolutely mad. They want to reach out, to pour their heart out, but they're wrestling with their pride. They don't want to appear desperate or weak in your eyes. So instead, they're planning, rehearsing, waiting for the right moment to return, not as the same person who left, but as someone more evolved, more mature, more worthy of you. They want to show up as someone who's grown, gentle, grounded, emotionally aware. They know they can't come back to you with the same inconsistencies or broken promises. This time, they want to meet you where you are, not pull you back into who they used to be. They're trying to find the balance between vulnerability and strength, between urgency and patience. And all the while, they're silently hoping you haven't walked too far ahead without them. What they admire most now is your resilience. After everything, after all the disappointments, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, you're still standing. Not only that, you're thriving. You've faced emotional storms that would have crushed others, yet you've emerged with grace, wisdom, and even compassion. Your ability to hold your head high, to keep loving and trusting life despite the pain, leaves them in awe. It's made them realize how rare and extraordinary you truly are. As you continue on this new path, you're aligning with something far greater than just a relationship. You're moving toward emotional fulfillment, abundance, and peace. You're attracting people and opportunities that match your energy, your integrity, your heart. There's a sense of completeness blooming within you, independent of anyone else. And that inner wholeness? It's your greatest strength. Whether your person catches up or not, you know you'll be okay. You've done the inner work, faced the darkness, and chosen to rise anyway. That kind of strength can't be faked. That kind of love, deep, whole, and honest, starts from within. And now that you've found it in yourself, anything that enters your life will have to rise to meet you there. I've been wearing a mask for so long that I've forgotten what it feels like to just be. To simply exist without hiding behind layers of fear, pride, or self-protection. Somewhere along the way, I lost touch with the version of myself that was real and unfiltered. It's hard to say when it started. Maybe it was a gradual process, or maybe it happened all at once, but I can't even remember the last time I felt truly like myself. I got so used to pretending, to playing roles that kept people at a distance, that I convinced myself that version of me was gone for good. But then you came into my life, and everything changed. When I look at you, I don't just see a person, I see a soul. A soul so pure and genuine that it takes my breath away. You are filled with so much love, care, and nurturing energy that it's impossible not to be drawn to you. Being near you feels like standing in sunlight after years of darkness. There's something about your presence that makes it safe to be vulnerable, to strip away the armor and let someone see me, not the curated version, not the persona, but the raw, imperfect, real me. That's something I never thought I'd find. With you, I don't feel like I have to pretend. I don't have to edit my words or hold back my feelings. I can just be. You radiate warmth and love in a way that feels almost magnetic. No matter how far I try to run, no matter how many walls I try to build, I always find myself coming back to you. It's like something deep inside me knows that you're where I belong. And yet, I ran. I ran because I was overwhelmed by the depth of my feelings, by the fear of losing control, by the terrifying beauty of finally being seen. Without my mask, I feel exposed, fragile, like I'm walking around with my heart in my hands. But you were the first person to ever truly see me, and instead of turning away, you reached out. That scared me more than I can explain. It allured me, too. I didn't know whether to fall into your arms or flee. Your eyes, God, your eyes. They're the most magnificent thing I've ever seen. When you look at me, it's like you see past the mess, past the history, straight into who I really am. I catch myself daydreaming about you constantly. It's in those quiet moments, when everything else falls away, that I realize how deeply I've come to care for you. Thinking of you brings me a sense of peace and happiness I didn't know I could feel anymore. It feels like coming home after being lost for years. Before you, I thought my heart was beyond repair. I had been hurt, let down, left behind. People from my past chipped away at my capacity to trust, to believe in love. I grew cold. Detached. I told myself I didn't need anyone, that I was better off alone. And I believed it, until I met you. You shattered every belief I held about love and vulnerability. You softened me, rewrote my understanding of connection, and reminded me of everything I thought I'd lost. Being with you was like seeing color again after living in grayscale. You didn't just change my mind, you changed me. And now, with complete honesty, I need to say this: I know what I did to you wasn't right. I know I hurt you, and for that, I am truly sorry. I let my fear drive my actions, and I tried to distance myself from you because I didn't know how to handle the intensity of what I was feeling. I even tried to replace you, to convince myself that I could move on, that someone else could fill the space you carved out in my heart. But it didn't work. No one could ever be you. No one else makes me feel seen, safe, and whole the way you do. I miss you deeply. It's not just a passing ache, it's something constant, something that lingers with every breath. I think about the conversations we used to have, the way your voice felt like music in a noisy world, the comfort of your presence. And the more I sit with these feelings, the more I understand that I don't want to keep running. I don't want to pretend anymore. I'm not going anywhere, because you are my home. You are the place my heart returns to, over and over again, no matter how far I stray. So here I am, unmasked, unguarded, and wholly yours. Not because I need you to fix me or save me, but because being with you makes me feel like the truest version of myself. And that's something I never want to lose again. I don't want to be without you. It's as simple and as complicated as that. Every day, I feel the weight of your absence more than I ever thought possible. I keep seeing your face in the most unexpected places, among crowds, in passing glances, in strangers who carry even the slightest resemblance to you. And each time, it stops me in my tracks. There's this sudden urge to reach out to you, to close the distance that's grown between us, and just say something, anything, to reconnect. But I don't. I hesitate. Not because I don't care, but because I care too much, and I don't know what your silence means. You're everywhere, even when you're not physically around. It's like the universe keeps nudging me, reminding me of you through the smallest things, a name on a billboard that matches yours, a random detail someone mentions that takes me back to something we once shared, or a song playing in the background that echoes a moment we lived together. I try to ignore it. I try to shake it off. But it's impossible. You're woven into so many memories, so many experiences, that trying to escape thoughts of you feels like trying to outrun my own shadow. I've been trying hard to distract myself. I throw myself into work, filling my days with tasks and responsibilities just to keep my mind occupied. I surround myself with people, friends, family, colleagues, hoping their voices will drown out the silence you left behind. I try to laugh, to smile, to be present, but it all feels empty. It's not the same. They can't replace what I feel for you. They don't carry your presence, your energy, your voice. The space you used to fill still feels hollow no matter how much I try to cover it up. I know we both don't like the silence that has come between us. It's heavy, lingering like a fog neither of us wants to walk through. And yet, despite knowing that, neither of us has broken it. Maybe we're both waiting, hoping the other will be the one to speak first. Maybe it's pride, fear, or uncertainty holding us back. I can't speak for you, but I can tell you that, for me, it's fear of rejection, fear of saying the wrong thing, fear of opening up only to find that you've already moved on. But deep down, I know that staying silent won't bring clarity, and it certainly won't bring us back together. My heart keeps nudging me to do it, to say what I feel, to take the first step, but fear keeps building a wall. I'm torn between what I feel and what I'm afraid of. Still, I know that I can't stay in this in-between space forever. I need to find the courage, even if it's just a small spark of it, to reach out and be honest with you. Because if we don't talk, if we don't share what's going on in our hearts and minds, this connection we have will only get harder to mend. Silence doesn't heal. It only deepens the distance. Communication is the key. I've always believed that, and I still do. It's the only way to understand each other, to work through the misunderstandings, the confusion, the hurt. I don't want to guess how you're feeling anymore, and I don't want you to have to guess how I feel either. We owe it to ourselves, and to what we shared, to be open and vulnerable, even if it's scary. Because without that honesty, things will only become more complicated, more painful, and harder to untangle. Everyone around me knows that something's changed. They see it in the way I move through my day, in the lack of spark in my eyes, in how quiet I've become. I try to hide it, but the truth leaks out in subtle ways. They ask if I'm okay, and I smile and say I'm fine. But I'm not. I miss you. I miss the way you made everything feel lighter, more meaningful. Nothing excites me the way it used to. Nothing holds my attention. No matter what I'm doing, you're there, on my mind, in my thoughts, in the pauses between conversations and the quiet moments before I fall asleep. Missing you has become part of my daily routine. It's not something I can turn off. I don't want to keep living like this, caught between memories and silence. I don't want to pretend that I'm okay when I know I'm not. What I truly want is to bridge this gap between us, to hear your voice again, to understand what's really going on inside your heart. Maybe we can find a way forward, maybe we can't, but I'd rather know than keep wondering. So I'm writing this now to say that I'm trying. I'm trying to gather the courage to reach out, to break the silence, to see if we can still find our way back to each other. Because the truth is, I'm not happy without you. I don't want to just move on as if what we had meant nothing. It meant everything to me, and it still does.